welcome back to another Sub vs. Dub. And today is a Demon Slayer edition with Muzan. I'm super excited for Muzan. You guys remember Muzan, right?
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I don't remember him having like any words at all. Towards the
words.
Last season when they were in that weird dimension,
Yes.
then he was talking for like the first time ever. I think.
Surprisingly, there were clips, so we'll go from there.
That's why I wanted to do Muzan because
You doesn't speak, you're right.
Which kind of helps picking those clips.
Right.
They're like very specific around. But what are our names?
I'm Rana.
Marqueta.
Pat.
Navi. This is my first time sitting with Sub vs. Dub with Marqueta and Pat.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is I think my third sub dub ever.
Are we still going to do deep?
Yes.
Deep.
It's still gonna be the deep acronym. Surge is not here and Chris is not here, so I guess it falls on me. And this is our personal beliefs, opinions. We are not judging them.
Well, I thought we were experts.
Yeah.
We're not experts. We don't have any authority on anything on internet. This is our personal beliefs whatsoever. We have specific clips. We're gonna watch them in Japanese and then English, and then we can have opinion on either how the dialogue is, if the emotional matches that scene, or if the personality matches that scene. Again, all personal opinions.
But mine's always right, so.
I prefer deeper.
Deeper.
Deeper. All right, so the first one is the English dub actor. His name is Greg Chun.
Hey, Greg.
He is 52 years old, voice
fool me.
actor, magician. He was born in Anniston, Illinois.
Close by.
So close by, he's
I
a
love
neighbor.
Evanston, Illinois.
Graduated from Stanford University.
He's smart.
He produced some music on many Lonely Island projects, including Saturday Night Live. Oh, we love Lonely Island. They need to come back. He's a big fan of the Yakuza franchises and voices the main character in spin-off Judgment.
Nice.
So
Okay.
notable roles. He's Garo in One Punch Man.
Hell yeah.
He's Ikalgo, Hunter x Hunter. Evangelion, he's Ryoji Koji.
Oh, the fuckboy! Kaji, Mr. Kaji!
How's he a fuckboy? He doesn't look like a fuckboy.
He looks like
he
a
ends up
fuckboy.
being wholesome. But
Oh, okay. I don't know, he clearly looks like a fuckboy.
Very much a fuckboy.
Has a ponytail.
For a long time.
I see the point.
And we don't know the spin-off Judgment, but he was also Takayuki Yagami
Nice.
in
Okay.
spin-off Judgment, which is a
Alright.
Yakuza franchise.
Damn. He's been doing this for a long time.
I know.
Long time. He's done a quite a bit of stuff. All right, now a Japanese voice actor. That is Seki Toshihiko. Voice actor, singer, narrator.
Oh.
He's voiced around 215 roles character his name.
Wow.
Damn.
He's typically voiced characters that are very serious or easily agitated.
Sinkets from Kill la Kill!
Yeah, so for notable, he's Senketsu from Kill la Kill. He's Iraku Sensei from Naruto.
Yay.
And he's Cayenne Pepper from
What?
Bleach.
Wow.
Cayenne Shiba.
Yeah, I can see him being kind of.
And it's Legato and Trigun. I can't believe that.
He's my favorite.
Alright, the
Second
first
grade.
one we're gonna do is Muzan introduction.
Literally don't recall him saying anything.
It's very few words that he says it. I didn't do this. Watchdog edited for us, and I just did a quick spot check. So
Shout out to Watchdog.
私の顔色は悪く見えるか私の顔は青白いか病弱に見えるか長く生きられないように見えるか死にそうに見えるか違う私は限りなく完璧に近い生物だ私の血を大量に与え続けるとどうなると思う人間の体は変動の速度に耐えきれず細胞が壊れる耳に花札のような飾りをつけた鬼狩りの首を持ってこいあの耳飾り
So does my complexion look at all unhealthy to you? Does my face seem unusually pale? Do I look a bit sickly? Does it appear I'm not long for this world? Do you fear for my life? You couldn't possibly be more wrong. I'm very much alive, and not far from perfection. What do you think would happen if I gave you a constant stream of my blood? The human body is unable to withstand such a rapid transformation, and its cells are destroyed. There's a demon slayer who wears Hanafuda earrings. I want you to bring me his head. Hanafuda earrings.
Okay.
Alright.
Who wants
So
to go first?
somebody correct me here real quick. He didn't in English didn't say wrong.
No, he
I did
didn't.
not.
See that was
That was really good.
Yeah.
really good in the sub.
Yeah.
Yep, that
Yeah.
one. And in general, overall, I think they're both delivering like a scary undertone, and I'm fearing it. But in the sub with subtitles, yeah, in the sub, it's more eerie feeling. The wrong coming through. Do you fear me? Do I look sickly to you? It all just came more like they both were scary, yeah, given, but in the sub there was more like a tang to it or something. I don't know how to. There's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more unsettling, and I think that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to feel.
But
I think the dub was good, but I think the Greg,
yeah.
he had good voice inflections. I think he
Yeah.
had better voice inflections pronouncing certain words
do think
than
so.
Seki does. But Seki's tone or like how he says things has that eerie feeling. So Greg can provide that, but he has better voice inflection. So like has more range. I feel like than Seki does.
I am kind of torn because as soon as the dub started, I was like, okay, yeah, no. Seki in sub was much more scary.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
then he, like, the third line was such a deep, scary, like, the inflection changed, like, do I look sickly to you? Do I look? I'm now long for. So I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god, that
there was a
voice
change.
changed.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so it just sounded like ish, but I do enjoy that line wrong in the sub. So it's I don't know. Beside that, I actually kind of quite.
That's what I'm
enjoyed
saying.
the dub.
They both
Yeah.
delivered, in my opinion, but the unsettling feeling in the sub was there.
It just
Yeah.
matched the scene a lot better.
Yeah, it
'cause
just
he
matched
needed
more.
Okay.
In the very end when he remembers and he
Hanafuda
says Hanafuda earrings, I feel like I know they're just like translating direct,
Yeah.
but in like if you're an English speaker and you're remembering something, you probably say those Hanafuda earrings.
Those Hanafuda earrings.
You know,
yeah.
like I think that would like be a better translation that would flow better because it took me out personally.
Yeah.
When it was just like Hanafuda earrings. I don't know. It was more goofy for me
Fair
than serious.
I feel like the
Interesting.
the sub set the tone better with the scene.
Yeah.
So it's a sub for me.
Yeah. What about you, Kitty?
I will also say that it's the sub for me, just because it's more unsettling and scary, and not saying that the dub was wrong in any way.
Exactly, yeah.
And I don't think it had anything to do with the acting. For me, it was because, like Pat said, the inflections and everything was great. But I think some of the translation and them omitting the wrong.
Yeah.
I think those choices in translation probably
Yeah.
not very good for me.
Fair enough. What about you, Pat?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the sub.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still torn. I really do like the dub. I just
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
love that change of tone that just went from because like
Oh yeah,
Seki
that
was just
good.
like terror, which is good, but like when he changed the tone, I was like, oh, I love it. Like that was a choice that he made that it wasn't really necessarily need to made. And I wonder how the wrong will sound in English because I feel like it was much wrong. I don't know. I feel like it was much more scary in the sub. But I guess sub it is. Yeah, I think
Sub
this
for
one
first.
was-
We'll see.
This one was definitely a sub. The second one is Muzan kills Lower Moons.
Oh, I remember this.
そんなことを俺たちに言われてもそんなことを俺たちに言われてもなんだ言ってみろまずい何がまずい言ってみろ私よりも鬼狩りの方が怖いかお前はいつも鬼狩りの柱と遭遇した場合逃亡しようと思っているないいえ思っていませんお前は私が言うことを否定するのか最後に何か言い残すことは
ご猶予をいただけるならば必ずお役に。
具体的にどれほどの猶予を お前はどのような役に立てる？今のお前の力でどれほどのことができる？
あなた様の血を分けていただければ。
なぜ私がお前の指図で血を与えねばならんのだ。甚だずうずうしい。身の程をわきまえろ。黙れ。何も違わない。私は何も間違えない。すべての決定権は私にあり、私の言うことは絶対である。お前に拒否する権利はない。私が正しいと言ったことが正しいのだ。お前は私に指図した。死に値する。
You make it sound so easy. The fact is... You make it sound so easy, but the fact is... What? Say it. This is bad. What is bad? Finish your thought. Are you more afraid of the demon slayers than of me?
No!
I'm sure every time you run into a Hashira-level demon slayer, your only thoughts are of escaping.
No, I'd never do that!
You're not contradicting what I just said, are you? Do either of you have any last words to share?
If you could just give me a little bit of time, I swear you won't regret it!
Exactly how long are you asking for? How do you intend to be useful to me? And what precisely can you accomplish with your meager skills?
Your blood!
Do you actually believe you're in any position to order me to give you my blood? Shameless is an understatement. You will remember your place.
You misunderstand me! I only said...
Silence. I misunderstood nothing. I am never mistaken. I am the one who calls the shots. My word is absolute. What I say is correct by default. It is not for you to refute. And yet you try to give me instructions. You deserve to die for that.
Ooh.
This one was hard, actually.
It's
Yeah.
hard, but I feel like the sound design when it went on burn was really deeper and more like clear than the second one. And I feel like the sound design in the sub made it more scary than it did in the second.
But sound design is different. Than
Yeah, but they use
it.
but like it's
sorry,
it's not the same sound. It's a bit lower. If you play the first one in the beginning, you could know right off the bat. Like the music is not as hitting as hard as it was in the first one.
You're just saying like the sub, the voice,
Like the background right here. This is hitting much harder than the second one.
But that's sadly
But the music also sets the
tone for
tone,
it.
and so unfortunately the sub wins, at least for me in this one, because if they were both a tie, then the one that for me was
fair enough.
so.
I think for me, I really like the dub here over the sub because the sub felt very monotone, which is scary on its own when you have a character like this. So I think it was a smart choice to be that way because he's like
Terrifying.
calm evil. That's the worst.
Yeah, it's like I'm asking a question, but you answer me. How dare you answer me?
And then he's like, "How dare you demand?" I was like, "He's not. He was suggesting."
Yeah, you asked him what he can do, and he suggested something.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it just shows how evil he is as a character, and I think both versions really set that very well. I just really enjoyed the English version here just because it seemed a little more dynamic over the monotone Japanese.
Yeah,
It just seemed like there was a little bit more like he actually got offended slightly. Whereas in the Japanese, he was just like, "Hey, you little bitch, I'm killing you anyway. I don't care."
It doesn't matter what
It
you
was
say.
like almost bored.
Yeah, you can answer me or you can't answer me. You're dying.
And I think they are both really good and different, and it's just my personal preference that I enjoyed the little bit more dynamic delivery over the monotone terrifying.
Fair enough. What about you, Runs?
And that's the thing, they're both really good. I think at this point it's preference on like what tone you want, what kind
What
of
your
subbing.
personality you think,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that's at that point it's more preference. But this one was really hard for me because I don't know. I do agree with Marquetta on the monotone in the sub, and Greg was delivering a little bit more in the dub. I don't know. I'm trying like for me in this, like, yeah, he's scary. Muzan is scary.
Terrifying.
And he's terrifying, and he has one goal and everything. So I think, yeah, he did sound monotone, and that's his personality. But for my preference, like Marquetta, I did like a little bit more, I don't know, emotion kind of behind like, you think I'm you demand me. You kind of think like the audacity in the tone of it. So I did enjoy the audacity. So dub for me.
Yeah. I think it's kind of hard to also pick those nuances because we don't know Japanese language, right? Like there might be those nuances in that we're not picking up. But that being said, I think this was very, very close, like very, very close, to a point where Pat, the way he has to say yes because the audio, how it was. But I think for me, it's the same thing that I said for the last one. I love that how he changed his voice in dub, and I think that we can pick it up because we know the language. But he kind of did the same thing in the first one. Like he was fine with the first sentence, like, oh, he can read my mind, and then the second one, like, okay, like he changed and got more scary. And Muzan is scary per se, but like he doesn't have to really sound scary unless like he really means it. He kind of sounds like like Dracula to me, like a Dracula in Castlevania, where like he's good, he's scary, but then when he's angered, that's a whole different, like he doesn't need to be angry the whole time for me to be scared of him. I'm scared of him regardless.
Literally, that's the thing. And in this motherfucker, oh my god.
Yeah, that's just for me it's dub. Do we have 3 dubs on this one?
Yeah.
Ah, look at that. The second one
It's
dub
tied
won.
up.
We are not biased, guys.
No, sub.
Oh fuck! What the fuck is
A
that?
stink bug, right?
We have too many stink bugs coming in this house, and I need to know where they're coming from.
Oh, wait for this
It's
way.
stupid. It hit itself on the screen.
Yeah.
The bugs are idiots. All right, the next one is upper rank meeting. I believe this is from the last.
This is the last season, yeah.
Yeah, because the last one that we have is Muzan wants Nezuko, which is also from last season.
産屋敷一族を未だに葬っていない青い彼岸花はどうしたなぜ何百年も見つけられぬ私は貴様らの存在理由がわからなくなってきた私が嫌いなものは変化だ状況の変化肉体の変化感情の変化あらゆる変化はほとんどの場合劣化だ衰えなのだ私が好きなものは不変完璧な状態で永遠に変わらないこと113年ぶりに上限を殺されて私は不快の絶頂だまだ確定していない情報を危機として伝えようとするなこれからはもっと死に物狂いでやった方がいい私は上限だからという理由でお前たちを甘やかしすぎたようだ玉子情報が確定したら反転具とともにそこへ向かえ
For starters, you have yet to annihilate the Ubuyashiki family. And whatever became of the blue spider lily? Centuries have passed, and you have nothing to show for it. Answer me this. Why do you exist if your sole purpose has become to disappoint me? Have I ever told you lot how much I detest change? Changes in circumstance, the changes of flesh, changes in one's emotions. Most changes cause only weakness and inferiority. And I am not weak. What I'm interested in is permanence, to forever remain in perfect condition, immune to the disease of change. For the first time in over a century, an upper rank has been killed. My frustration has reached its boiling point. Don't ever give me unconfirmed information, and wipe that smirk off of your face. I'd advise you all to act with more urgency from here on out. I suppose you're not entirely at fault for your inadequacy. I've been too lenient with you because you're upper ranks. Gyoko, once you've confirmed that information to be true, you are to head over there with Hantenko at once.
That's close.
They're both freaking amazing.
Dub for me.
Really?
Hands down dub. Because the way he changed his voice, like from scary to nonchalant to scary, that was so much more. Again, like just the way that he does it, just like when he's like, oh, like, what? I haven't even killed the Yoboshi family. Like, what about a black spider lady? And it's like, I cannot believe. Like, just change his voice. It's I love it. I love that voice.
I noticed that in this scene, even in the Japanese, there's a lot of
Dialogue changes. Yeah.
in tone, and maybe, just maybe, this was the plan all along, to be like, okay, now shit's really serious, and now I'm really fucking pissed, so now I'm gonna do inflections. I really like the Japanese in this scene because it was different from all the other scenes. It was definitely like more urgent, and just like Muzan was really fucking pissed. Like before then he was just like explaining, he was narrating. Now he's like pissed.
I felt more pissed in dub than he was in sub.
But like, it's the thing, I think I'm comparing the three scenes.
Yeah.
Where previously the English one was more, you know, there was more emotion in every scene. But this one really, I don't know, like having the like kind of not reserved, but just like indifferent Muzan to then like, oh, I'm upset.
Yeah, it was like
that's, to me, I guess it like added to be more horrifying.
Go ahead.
That's fine. It just became more horrifying at that point.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. There were quite a bit of dialogue change too that I've noticed, because he's saying like perfect unchanging state that lasts forever. That's what he wants. But in the English, he was like, I want
Permanence.
to get, I want permanence. I don't want to be close to disease or something like of decay.
Yeah.
Like where he didn't use the disease word in Japanese. Again, I mean, they're translating. I'm hoping they're translating it properly. They could be actually saying that, and just the translation's not there.
It's the same sentiment though.
It's the same sentiment, but just the way he said it, I kind of like that in English. It was like, yeah, like what he's looking for is permanence. That's interesting. I never thought of it. I mean, we watched it. I was like, but changing, it's decay.
Yeah, but
like, that's
change
not
can
really,
also be progress.
Yeah, that doesn't really necessarily
You can
mean
change
that's
for the
decay.
better.
Yeah. This was hard. I don't know. They're both delivering like on 100%. It really is now to preference. And it's so hard because like with all the other sub versus dubs, there's like a clear difference for me. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a difference. But right now, they're so close together.
They're so close.
And they're both so freaking good. It is preference now. And I'm like, okay. And dub, he is changing his voice. It is scary. And it's like, okay, is my Muzan or is this Muzan and Demon Slayer like supposed to show this like emotion, like he's this angry, like to them, like it's been 100 or it's been a century and all that stuff. Like it was like he was getting more angry with some words. And then like in the sub though, yeah, just very more like, bro, this is where I'm at. I'm gonna like, this is what you're always gonna get from me. Consistent scariness. This is like what you're always gonna expect. There's no like good or bad, like no worse or better. You're gonna be fucked no matter what.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This was hard because I really did enjoy the dub's like emotional delivery.
Yeah.
And like the changing, but I don't know what Muzan is my Muzan right now. Like I'm confused.
Yeah, they're both
They're really good.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, it comes down to preference. I think for me in this one, it's the sub, just because, like Marquetta pointed out, because I did notice like the dynamic changes in the sub this time around with the guy. So again, in the other two, I didn't notice as much. So that's why I give it to him on this round, because the Greg always does the change, and to finally see him be able to do that gives him the edge out on this one.
It's like feeling it more of a
Sub, yeah, it was really hard. Again, both delivered like 100% for me.
Yeah,
like both did. But this Muzan, he's not gonna show like the lowers and all of them like his emotion like that. I feel like
I really like at some point like Muzan's Japanese voice went really low, like almost like bass. You could hear the bass coming out.
You're going lower.
I know. That was like so scary.
That was like, I think was neatest when he like smashes the table.
Yeah.
When he gets really, because like his veins are popping out.
yeah.
Which is like significant because Greg has been doing that kind of in the other scenes that we have seen, whereas Seki hadn't. And so Seki doing that was like, okay, he's really pissed off.
Yeah.
Like he at this point, which I mean, yeah, he was the truth. Was like, I've been easy on you guys because you guys been the upper rank, but clearly done nothing.
Exactly. I love Muzan's character so much, and I don't care what you guys say, he's cute.
He looks like Michael Jackson.
He's
a pretty boy.
He's a crazy vampire. Yeah. So 3 subs and dub.
So sub, dub, sub.
Yeah. Last one.
Muzan wants Nezuko.
ついに太陽を克服する者が現れた。よくやったハンティング。これでもう青い彼岸花を探す必要もない。長かった。しかしこのために1000年増やしたくもない同類を増やし続けたのだ。12気づきの中にすら現れなかった稀有な体質。選ばれしようにあの娘を食って取り込めば私も太陽を克服できる。
At last, after all these years, someone who's able to withstand the sun has finally appeared. You've done an excellent job, Huntingu. If this is true, there's no longer any need to search for the blue spider lily.
Are you okay?
That took so long, but it was for this reason. For this reason that for 1,000 years, I've dragged my feet and continued to expand the reach of my kind far beyond my comfort. A rare constitution that never showed up even among the 12 Kizuki until now. She's the chosen demon. If I devour that girl and absorb her properties, then I too will gain the ability to conquer the accursed sun.
That's a nice outfit, though.
That's a nice outfit. That was very close.
Yeah, that was close. I think, but for me, it's dub.
What?
Yeah, I think he was more scary in the monologue right before he was transforming. A lot more scarier than the sub guy before he was transforming.
Sub guy, Seki.
Greg?
Greg was more scary this time around.
It's interesting. Yeah, the dialogue was exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think the dialogue was changed. Like last clip, the dialogue was changed quite a bit, but this one not so much. Difficult. I don't know. I can't.
I feel like I'm gonna end it with a sub for me again.
Yeah.
So 3 subs, 1 dub for me. I don't know, the delivery, the recognition, realization that like the chosen demon is among us now, and even like all those centuries he's been alive and looking for the blue, like all of it, like it just, I don't know, it all fit together one little. 1 minute video that we saw. Like I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. The recognition, realizing, just uncaring and unconsidering, just like tone of it all for him. It's so fitting in the sub. His personality is sub.
So close. I don't know. What about you, Kitty?
I feel so stupid like critiquing this because I'm not a voice actor.
I mean, you have to critique it. I mean, that's exactly
I feel like an asshole.
Doing.
But I feel like this is like the big fucking deal. This is major news for him. It's very happy news. I feel like the way at last was said was very dry. I feel like there should have been like in dub in English.
Oh, really?
Because it was like at last.
That's why I was saying that like when he realized
it should be more like at last.
Wait,
you know,
I thought it was like a very similar
in English, because that's still English I know. I would think that after you learn something that is literally going to change your entire world in a good way, you will have more emotion. I like the Japanese more, and I think it started there, but it just kind of carried through. Japanese Muzan just seems more terrifying to me.
Yeah.
No.
I completely agree with Marketa. That one moment, that's where I was like, wait, there, like he realized what was happening. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. I will kind of go with the opposite of that. Like when he said "at last" in dub, it's just more so like, "at last."
Yeah.
You know, like you kind of take that sigh of relief. Like you've been waiting for something for so long, and finally it's like, "at last, it happened." Like and then it gets like terrifying. It was like, I can't believe after all these years, like this has appeared. It didn't even appear in the 12 Kizukis I have. It appeared in this commoner demon.
Yeah.
They're both scary. They're both terrifyingly scary. I think for me the issue has been that even though there is a change in inflection of voices with Seki, when he goes like not monotone, like his regular voice, and then he gets angry, I feel like that is much more a pure I don't even know what that word, like, and like a much more available in the Greg's voice than Seki. Like the Seki can
like
go
more
like
apparent.
from like angry, but I feel like he's usually like he keeps that terrifying voice and that's it. Whereas like Greg has terrifying and then he goes inflections up and down.
I think I get what you're saying. I think again because of the context of what's happening and what he just found.
Yeah.
I think you should not almost be like joyful, like happy, but he's incapable of being that way. And so I like in the Japanese that it was kind of like the subdued, like, I don't know how I feel.
But that's weird though, because that's something that he's been waiting for years, and he should be more so like relieved, happy that he found it. And then he is that in dub. Like you can tell, like at last, like there's a side to it, and then he's like angered and joyous. Like his voice is just like he's just building up to this that he just finally come to realize like I don't need to find a blue spider lily that's been going on for years.
He's just too cool. That's the thing. Like in the sub, he's just too cool. He's like the one like he knows he's the shit that he doesn't need to like give extra emotions and stuff. That's what I like about like my Muzan, my subtitle, my sub.
Fair enough.
Like that's the thing. Like he doesn't need to do all for my preference as well.
Yeah.
Like that's why I think like that's why he's like unchanging or unfuckable or whatever it is. Like he's
unfuckwithable.
Yeah. Muzan, this is the man, you know?
That's funny. But yeah, I guess so this one's tie. So
You guys said
two
dub?
dubs. Yeah, 2 of us said dub, 2 of us sub. So this one is tie, but the last 3 won sub.
No.
No, it was
Sub, dub, tie.
Tie.
Okay, so
We had a tie, so we need another one.
No, we don't.
I think sub won.
Sub wins.
Sub wins.
Just 2 subs, 1 dub,
Yeah.
and tie. But you guys let us know in the comments what your thoughts are, because I think we collectively can say that it's very, very
It's
close.
really good.
Yeah, they're both good,
Really,
honestly.
really good.
Greg and Seki both did phenomenal jobs. This was like really hard to pick from, so it's whatever your preference is on
Yeah.
Muzan. Just go with that.
I think that's
there's no
where-
wrong answer here.
Exactly. That's happened very few times when we find a character that they're like, oh my god, both voice actors killed it.
Yeah,
I think the
You
best
know-
the best news about this is that this is a new anime, and look where we are. We look at the American version or English version. We look at
Yeah.
the Japanese version,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to decide which one's better.
Far Cry.
They did a
Yeah.
very good job. It's just like really happy for us to know, because like it doesn't matter which one you pick. Like
Yeah.
they
It's
gonna
are
be a good
very close to it.
experience.
It was a good
Yeah.
experience. I kind of low key want to go watch the new Demon Slayer movie in the theaters.
Yeah, same.
You guys probably be asking this question. We will watch it, but wait until it comes out on
Yeah.
streaming. It's just easier for us that way. So wait until then. If you guys enjoyed the sub versus dub, we have other sub versus dub that we have done on other
Yeah.
animes. Go check
So
those
many.
out. Let us know your thoughts, because we do read those comments. And I hope you guys have an amazing day.
Bye.
Bye.